We are now going to explore the text tool. So the text tool in Flash is located right here on the tools panel, and it has a keyboard shortcut of T. So I'm going to press T on my keyboard to bring up the text tool. Okay, so I have my text tool selected, and we'll have a close look at the properties of the text tool. And I hope that you're using Flash CS5 right now, because half of the features, that is the TLF text, won't be available in any version before CS5. So if you're using Flash Professional CS4 or below, then you'll have this classic text option selected. Anyways, but still, if you're using Flash CS4 or below, follow along as I'll show the classic text option as well. So at first I will type in some text. I'll type in the text tool, and notice it is not completely black, and the color I have selected is a little bit grayish. So I'll select the black, and now it looks pretty cool. Notice now you have another field up right here. It's called as the instance name. We'll discuss more about the instance name when we go to action script and related stuff. But for now, the text tool, there are two types of text in Flash. One is the TLF text or the classic text. And I'm failing to remember the full form of text, TLF. I think it's Text Layout Framework. I'll Google it anyways afterwards, and if there are any changes, I'll just add a annotation. So I'll select classic text for those who do not use Flash CS5, and immediately my kerning just changed. Now I have both on different lines. Notice that the orientation is still horizontal. I'll go to position and size, and here you are able to see the exact X and Y coordinates. What I'll do is that I'll just reduce the size of the bounding box so that it accommodates the text a little better. So now this is the main reason why we didn't get it on one line, because the bounding box was a little small. So this is our box, this is our text, and I'll select. There are three types of text. Notice one is the static text, dynamic text, and input text. Leave static selected for now. Dynamic text is used when you want to interact with it using ActionScript. And notice the familiar instance name area just popped up. And input text is something which users can edit on Flash players. Now I'll select static text. I'll skip the position and size because everything here is pretty clear. It's the X coordinate and the Y coordinate and the width and height of the text box. Now we'll come into the character panel, and here you have an option to select your font. So you'll get a list of different fonts installed on your machine. I have a variety of fonts, and I'll just select the Cooper Black font. You have a style. If there was bold option available, then you would have seen it. I'll just type in Times New Roman, and the style area populates, and you could select a bold one or anything you like. I'll just center this one. You can adjust its text size from here by scrolling left and right. 96 point is the highest for Times New Roman, I guess. You can adjust the color. You could adjust the anti-alias, but I'm gonna ignore it right now because we are just dealing with the basics. Now you could align it to the center, and remember this alignment is relative to the bounding box. So you're not aligning the text to the center of the stage, you're aligning the text to the center of the bounding box. So I'm going to go left for now. There is the spacing thing which you can increase, decrease. The spacing is its distance from the box. You can adjust the margins and the width if you have multiple lines, and the margin from the right and all stuff. I'll close it for now, and I'll open the options. This is for ActionScript, and I'm going to reserve it for some future videos. Filters. This is kind of interesting. You could add various filters, and if you're familiar with Photoshop, you should be familiar with drop shadow. And it has added a drop shadow. It has added a shadow, and you could adjust its quality to be high, medium, or low. You could adjust the angle, and you could adjust the knockout. And this is all. Knockout is a little technical. If you're involved in printing, then you know what it is. but I'll ignore it for now. And now I'll switch to TLF text. Now again, for Flash CS4 and below, this is not applicable. But I'll just show you in case you want to decide whether you want to upgrade to Flash CS4 5.5 or it might be Flash CS6 coming soon. Anyways, so you see the familiar position and size again, but now you see the 3D position, and you could adjust the x-axis, you can adjust the y-axis, and now you can adjust the z-axis. So you see what this is, and you can also animate it. We'll see in the future. But you see these options. Again, I'll go to the character, which is pretty familiar. You select the font, and I hope you see that when it was classic text, there are a few options in the properties panel, but when you switch to TLF text, there are more options in the properties panel. I'll go to advanced character, and this is again for action script, the target and the link. So I'll just close it down. I'll go to container and flow, and you have again some advanced options. Again, we'll be dealing with these later, but for now you just don't need to know it. Color effect, this is interesting. You could select alpha, which is the opacity, and you could slide the alpha to reduce or increase the opacity as you want. You have the display thing, where I just tried the multiply blending mode in the previous movie, and you saw how it works. Again, if you don't know blending mode, it's alright, just carry along with me. And this is the familiar filters panel. So this is the outline and what you need to know about the text tool in Flash. I thought to do a separate video for the text tool because it's a little bit different than Photoshop or Illustrator. So if you have been using Illustrator or Photoshop in the past, then this video would prove to be some kind of help to you. I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.